Hello there, everyone, and welcome to the Star Wars Guys YouTube channel where the Force is family. I am Master Paul, and joining me today is my special guest,
Golgo 13 of Golgo 13's Anime 101.
and we are continuing our discussion of every episode of Star Wars Visions. And the episode that we are talking about today is T0-B1. So, wasting no time, this one I feel like was one that people were kind of expecting to not like just because of the art style. And I'll admit that I was one of those. And having seen this episode now, the story that was being told of this little droid that dreams of wanting to be a Jedi, um, and basically becomes one by the end after his confrontation with this Inquisitor after losing his dad, and basically being the one to bring rain to this planet like his dad wanted. That was pretty cool. And I know you're going to bring up the animation studio that did this being very much behind Mega Man and such and Astro Boy. I certainly respect that they're doing what they know. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, with this episode, it was made by Science Saru, and they are known for making children's programs. But when you talk about the overall story itself, it is an excellent story. You It goes to the heart of what does it mean to be a sentient being? What does it mean to have a connection to the Force? Why can't a droid who is designed to move as free and as fluid as a human is a sentient being? Why can't that particular type of sentient being be pushed or taught the ways of the Force, although in this case subtly by his creator? And you're right, the style of this, the look of it, the feel of it, Astro Boy all the way, and then it has the look and the feel of Mega Man. The professor that they had, that's basically Doctor Light, Doctor Right.
Right.
It is that character. It's so spot on with it, and the way that he nurtures this droid from creation to the creating of the other helper bots to going to a desolate planet and making it their life's work to restore life to this planet, and then
Hmm.
teaching the lesson to focus on what they're doing. Be where you're at now. Don't be looking to the future. Don't be looking to the past. Once again,
Yeah.
another Yoda moment. A Jedi has to keep his mind on where they are, what they are doing. It's okay to think about the past every now and then, but if you dwell on it too hard and long for it, it will eventually come back to bite you because you won't be able to keep up with what's going on in the now. And if you think too far in
Right.
the future and if you try to plan too far ahead, plans don't hold up once you have an encounter, once combat starts. All plans, it's
Yeah.
you got to be prepared. But as you know, being from the military background, once you engage the enemy, whatever plan you had is shot, and it's all
Yes.
improvisation from that point forward. You prepared for
Yep.
everything, or tried to prepare for as many things as you can, but you have to have that ability, and that's exactly what happens with this robot, with this droid. You know, he
Definitely.
wandered, his mind wandered a bit. The professor brought him back into line, but the Inquisitors found them, and the sacrifice that
Hmm.
his master did to protect him, and then giving him the last pieces to him, basically acknowledging that yes, I am a Jedi. Yes, I have been subtly training you, teaching you, nurturing you to continue the work, but then to also be able to tap into the Force. And when it comes down to he's left alone, but the Inquisitor still comes back for him, he's able to not only take up his lightsaber, defend himself, but he has a clairvoyance with his master, where his master does endow upon him the rank and title of Jedi Knight, acknowledging that he has fulfilled his programming on that aspect, able to defeat the Inquisitor and then complete the work of his master, which is bringing a dead planet back to life.
Right.
This one does get a lot of hate, and once again, this is another one of those it's not warranted. It is the
Yeah.
animation style, it is for kids, but then again, it's a kids show studio and it's a kids robot.
Right.
The
Like I said,
story is
I'm
great.
I'm not saying that I hate the art style of this episode. I'm just saying it's not for me.
Yeah.
And when you were talking about how the master is teaching this droid to keep his concentration in the moment, it reminds me of the conversation that Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan had very early on in the Phantom Menace, where Qui-Gon tells Obi-Wan, "Don't focus on your anxieties, Obi-Wan. Keep your concentration here and now where it belongs." Obi-Wan, of course, replies, "But Master Yoda said I should be mindful of the future," to which Qui-Gon replies, "But not at the expense of the moment."
Yep. Not at the
So,
expense of the moment. That is absolutely
yes.
true.
So, what would you give this one a ranking of?
Well, as far as the Star Wars story goes, this is more like a 3 to a 3.5. It's got a lot of droids, and it has a droid that's outside of the typical specs, even for like an HK unit or an IG unit. They're still
Right.
very mechanical and very methodical in their movements and everything.
Mhm.
Whereas Toby or T0-B1, he moves like a human moves, but better, like how a Mega Man or that type of android can move.
Right.
As far as
Yeah.
uh, as far as the anime side goes, as I said, it's designed for kids. It definitely would appeal to them. Simplistic in certain ways, very detailed in others, very whimsical, great story for kids. I have to give it a 4. It does the
Yeah,
job that it needed to do.
I can certainly agree with that 3 out of 5 stars ranking from the Star Wars side of things. Um, it's an episode that I do not hate by any stretch of the means. There's just episodes that I like more in this whole show. So with that, we're going to go ahead and end this video here. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe to Golgo 13's Anime 1 if you haven't. And just remember, guys, the Force is family.
The Force is family.